Well, hello everybody. Hello. Thank you everyone for being here. It's your girl Maud Afro Mama. I am excited tonight because I have the gentleman. Because every girl on that cast seemed to agree that he's a gentleman. Now I have questions about that. We'll get into that, but before we get to that, let's give our people our intro. All right, our intro. Where is our intro? Come on now. Where is our intro? There it is. Well. Hello, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. I have Sampson from Ready to Love Miami. Nothing is off limit. He's ready to answer all our questions. And we don't shy. We don't shy away from anything on this platform. Let's bring in Sampson, okay? Hey!
Hey, happy holidays.
Happy holidays. What's going on with you?
I am so happy. Just good to be here in Southern Florida.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like Christmas, because it's always 70 to 80 degrees, but I'm happy.
Well, I live in Buffalo, so if you see me wearing this, it's freezing over here. Okay, so the beauty of America, because if it is in Kenya where I come from, we all share the same temperature. You're not gonna be, you know what I'm saying. But thank you, welcome for to our platform. All right, we're gonna start with the show, and then and the question I have for you, the first question is, how did you know about the show? Who introduced you? How did you get to know? How were you interviewed? How was that process for you?
Yeah, so they reached out to me. I think they found me on social media. I still have not confirmed if that's the case or not, but I got a phone call one day earlier this year. I want to say it was pre-spring, and I thought it was a joke. I have no idea. I had no idea what Ready to Love was. Of course, I knew what the Oprah Winfrey Network was, and I've heard of Will Packer because he graduated from HBCU just like I did, and he's doing big things in Hollywood. Exactly right, Will Packer all the way. And so I said, why not? I did a little bit of due diligence, found out that this was a show for dating Black men and women, and I'm single. I was single, so I said, why not? I signed up.
So you were single prior to the show?
Prior to the show, yes.
And I have to tell you this, the reason why I got interested in watching this Ready to Love is because of Black mature cast members, all right? I see Black excellence, people who have tried other avenues to find love but haven't been successful, until I started realizing there's a whole lot of bullshit that is going on behind the scenes. And that was like, so it's just like any other show. At what point did you realize, my goodness, this is not about me finding love. There's more to it, because you cannot lie to us. There's more to it than finding love. At what point did you realize this was happening?
At what point did I realize that this wasn't just Ready to Love?
Yeah.
When the cameras were moving away from very decent, solid conversations that had substance, and they would shoot across the room towards something that maybe wasn't as nice or polished or professional. The cameras caught a lot of it. They caught a lot of us being real and being genuine. But I think for the most part, early on, I saw that cameras really wanted the juicy stuff. They really wanted the things that would make the ratings go up. And I wasn't a part of a lot of that until the very end. And that last scene for me is when they finally got me.
Which shocked me. We're gonna get to that. So when you realize there's a lot of drama and all that, did you start changing? Did you start saying, you know what? If you want drama, I'm gonna give you drama because I want to stick to the end. Okay, you want drama? This is it. I can give you drama. Did that change?
No, for me, no, not at all. Because maybe if it was 20 years ago and I was still young and dumb, yes, I probably would have played the game that way. but no, I can't give them drama because I just don't have drama in my real life. You know, I'm not a negative person. I bring positivity to every scenario. All of my circles, they know that I'm always smiles all day long. I'm good energy. I'm good messaging. I'm encouraging. I'm motivating. This is what I do. Even before I became a life coach and a mentor, it's just how I am. And it's kind of like how my family is too. We're just corny. We're goofy. We're silly. We take only a few things serious. Mod, am I pronouncing it properly?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Okay, Mod. And it's faith, family, football, food. You know, the 4 Fs. And so outside of that, you know, we don't really take too much serious. Of course, our health and our career, but everything else is kind of, you know, we just are enjoying life. So we're not taking too serious.
So that's interesting to me, because if this is who you are and this is how you were brought up, why are you still single? Are you telling me there are no, you know, good women, substance women? Because you kept saying, you know, your brains over, I don't know, plastic.
Brains over Botox.
Exactly. So are you telling me that, you know, you haven't found that to settle down? Because, you know, if you have been instilled all these values growing up, then I would expect at this point.
Well, I'll tell you this, Maud. I had some really good experiences relating to relationships.
Okay.
And 3 solid girlfriends, long-term relationships where I was in love and my heart was out there and their heart was out there with me. We were vulnerable, we were open, we were falling in love, we were in love once we got there, and it was a true commitment. I just wasn't ready to take the next step and propose.
Why?
Well, my first one, I was in my 20s and I was just still kind of exploring and finding myself. And 30s, I was trying to climb and trying to truly get out of you know, debt, be financially free. And then once I got to my 40s, that's when I really wanted to settle down. I was doing ring research. I actually had someone that I wanted to propose to. We just started to fall apart. Only one person in my entire life that I want to propose to. And but it doesn't negate the beauty of the women prior to that. And they were ready, you know, for the next step. They were ready for that long-term commitment. And I just wasn't. It wasn't any breaking of hearts. It wasn't like, I've never had anything crazy happen to me by my girlfriend. I've always chosen wisely, and I made sure that they had good heads on their shoulders and no criminal background. So
we'll get to that.
Hold on, I didn't mean that in any way.
I have a question about that. But you talked about you've had good discussions during the show, and the only 2 people that we saw you having conversations with was Brandy and Cherise. Was there any other person that you felt, well, apart from the girl with the flower girl who always
Shakira?
Yeah, you had, she was not crying, she was not doing all that side shows when you guys are having
No, not at all.
Okay.
Mom, you're so funny. You are funny. By the way, your accent is just entertaining for me. I love it. I mean, Kenya stand up, represent all day. I love my people. I know one thing. It's like, what is it? Abadi Yoko. How are you? Right?
Habari. Oh my.
Abadi Yoko in Swahili, right?
Yes, it is.
I know a little bit, just a little bit.
Very impressive.
But yeah, it was Shakira, it was Looney at first, and then it graduated to also include Cherise and Brandy. So those are my main connections all the way through. Of course, Shakira went first. She was eliminated first.
Yeah.
Then Looney, unfortunately, had to eliminate Looney.
Yeah.
And then it was Brandy and Cherise at the very end. But yeah, those are my connections. And but no, Shakira was not like that the majority of the show. You know, unfortunately, that's how the cameras and how the production edited.
Confused. Yeah, we got confused up until the end of the reunion. Now I'm still confused, even up until I'm still confused. That girl like this. But so you get to Brandy and Cherise, and to me as a viewer, there isn't any similarities between these two girls.
None.
Physically, the way they carry themselves, the way they treat other people, very different. Why would you be attracted to two different personalities, two different people like that?
I was always taught early on to see the beauty in people, regardless of differences or things that may be defined as dismay, or that I would disregard. And there were beautiful, beautiful. There were beautiful things that these women possessed that the camera did not show. All of the women, basically, I saw beauty in all of them, and I wish that there was more beauty of Jamala, April, and Dominica that was able to be seen. I wish. That's just my hope. But I got to see a side of Charisse that a lot of y'all didn't get to see.
Tell me about that.
You want to know about the good stuff?
Yeah, because I haven't found. I don't know what it is.
Well, I think once a person like Charisse feels safe, the heart starts to pump differently. It starts to slow down, and then the tongue is tempered, and the things that comes out of her mouth are more measured, more calculated. And then you're actually able to peel back some layers and see that she actually has a soft side that's very sweet, and it's endearing. And when you find someone like that, it's easy to like them because you understand why they are tough on the outside. Life has beat them up, or their history or their experiences have made them tough, made them hardened. So I looked at her like a piña. You know what that means in Spanish?
No.
A pineapple. A pineapple.
Uh-huh.
A piña. So a pineapple is what on the outside?
Yeah.
It's pointed, it's hard to get through. But once you get on the inside of that pineapple, it's sweet, it's soft. And so Charisse is like a pineapple to me, if I were to describe her as a fruit. And so she has a tough exterior, but once you're able to get inside, you can see that she has a good heart. And I can tell you straight up, Maud, that she's ready to love. Seriously.
I know I would even say she's desperate to love. You know, did you have this information about her criminal records? Not criminal, I wouldn't say, about her police report before you started getting to know her? Like, did the castmates know about that? Because I do a panel with Kamisha Reviews, and it was when we were reviewing the show, we didn't even know, but we have one of the girls there who is good at, doing her name is Dina. She does a good thing about,
Yeah, with the glasses, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I've seen the show. I'm a fan of what y'all do, so yeah.
Thank you. So she's the one who talked to us about, did you know that? And the way it was described on that report, it was like, oh my gosh, who does these things? At what point did you know about this? And did that change your perspective and your connection with her, if it was during filming?
No, I did not know during the filming about that. I think before the reunion, a lot of us found out. I think some people found out by watching Kamisha's review, and then it kind of spread. But there was so much chatter that was happening on the show, on set, off set. I didn't know what to believe. So it sounded so outlandish to me about someone hitting, about someone hitting a man with her car. I was just like, whatever. that's not true. That's not true. And so I'm just like, okay, they're just trying to throw somebody under the bus, and or just make someone look less attractive, less appealing. And so I was just like, there was so much of that chatter and negativity that was going on. I didn't want to decipher what was true or not. I was just trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. If it happened in the past, we all have a past.
Right.
Let's move forward, give someone an opportunity that they may have, never have gotten. So that's
so you never brought this up to her, never.
Oh, no, not at all. We never talked about that. It's not my place to talk about it. No, if she wants to talk about it with me, she can call me. But why would she?
No. But if you knew that prior to you getting to know her, would that have changed anything?
Um, uh, yeah, of course. If I were to get with someone that you know
Yeah, yeah.
her past criminal record was not known, and it came up later on. It's like like for me, I'm an open book. If I have a history, a criminal background, a
Mm-hmm.
credit background,
Mm-hmm.
whatever type of background that could
Mm-hmm.
impact our relationship moving forward, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or tarnish our relationship, tarnish our future family,
Mm-hmm.
anything. I,
Right.
I want to share it. That way
Yeah.
you can make an educated decision where you want to stay with me or not. That's
Mm-hmm.
just me. I'm
Right.
forthcoming with information. So it could sway my mind, but I don't think that would. I don't know the details of the situation. Maybe it was self defense. I have no clue. I still don't know. I don't want to know really.
Are you not friends after the show? Are you guys not? Do you have? I mean, don't you have any relationship with her?
In your relationship, no, 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 no. I would love to be a friend of hers, an acquaintance of hers, down the line. But right now, no, no. I've kind of like separated myself from a lot of all things dealing with the show. There are a few people that we've bonded and we connected. Some guys and girls, and it's been fun. It's been fair from the very beginning. But for the most part, if I felt like you were a part of a lot of the drama or a lot of the negativity on the show, I just wasn't into it on the show, and definitely not into it after the show. I had to
Mm.
be a part of it while I was on the show,
Right.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I have a choice and there's no contract involved, why would
That's.
I have any of that in
I
my life?
agree. I agree with that. Then you, at some point, you guys are, the girls are supposed to introduce you guys to their parents, and then you're
Yeah.
introduced to Cherie's dad, who did not have very nice things to say about his daughter.
Yeah, it was a weird date. I met some good fathers in my time, and me and him got along.
You did, at the
I
yes,
want
yes.
I want to I want to set the record straight with you, Maud. Okay. When I got there, I shook his hand. He stood up,
Mm-hmm.
eye to eye. I shook his hand. The cameras didn't show any of that. The mug that I got that was pink, it said "Love is love." That was for the mother. Like I was told the entire time that I'm meeting her mom, and so I came with gifts for the mom. But the dad was like, "You didn't get nothing for dad?" I was like, "Hey man, I got you a mug, dog." But behind the scenes, he understood that was for his ex-wife. But anyway, it was a good experience. We were having steak, we're having wine, a good conversation. He asked me great questions about my family, about my upbringing, about my discipline, about my faith in God, about how I handle conflict. Like great questions that other fathers have asked me. And I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he was a player in the past, he still had his daughter's best interest. He still had his daughter's best interest. And yes, he was being honest about how Sharice is. I know how Sharice is. You know how we all know how Sharice is. That's Sharice. You got the real Sharice on television. And but again, there's another side of her that y'all didn't get, and I fortunately got to see that.
Mm.
And but yeah, it was a weird date with the father, just because she was uncomfortable. I never been on a date where the person that has an interest in me doesn't want me to get along with the father, like,
Right,
doesn't,
right, right.
like why don't you want me to get along with the person that you brought to meet me, like I would, if the shoe was on the other foot, Mod, I'd have been like, I want my mom or my father, if he was
To
still on
get
earth,
to
or my
like
brother.
this person, yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, let's have a good time. Let's just, like, the world is too full of negativity. Like,
I
don't be
agree.
pouting. That's the reason why I was like, is everything okay? I had to ask.
She was not having it. She was not having it. Again, like you said, she's gone through stuff that has made her feel, guarded, and but she kept saying that you're not giving me. Like she felt you're not being open to her.
Yeah.
Looking back, is there something that you felt like, oh, you are withholding, or you felt guarded? You were not really opening up, and you're not being vulnerable, because other girls were saying, Samson is a good guy, he's a gentleman, but he's still.
Yeah, Mod. So spot on. Just wasn't opening up because my heart wasn't pumping that way for anybody on the show. So
Samson,
what?
really? I Go ahead. So if your heart wasn't pumping that way, why stay until the why?
Because I'm still ready to love. You know, and it's a
Yeah, you're ready
dating.
to love, but there ain't nobody over here for you to be ready to love.
It's I know it's a dating show, and I get that point. And I was playing the game the way I was told it should be played, and they said very simple at the very beginning to all of us. You know, be you on these dates. So I was being me, and even though they knew that I wasn't opening up, I figured like they would see, okay, he's nice, he's being a gentleman, he's bringing a gift, you know, he's showing manners, pulling out chairs.
You are showing up with gifts everywhere. Like
Exactly.
breakfast, Samson has a gift. I don't you had a gift. I was waiting for a gift for tonight. I'm gonna be giving you my address because I need a gift. I mean, come on now.
You know, if I saw you in person, I'd have brought something. You already know that. I would have brought you a kente cloth.
Yes.
I would have brought you some mud cloth or something. You know, I would have hooked you up because it's the winter time and mud cloth keep you warm. You know. Yeah, my sister spent some time in Ghana, so I learned a little bit about West African culture.
Yeah, nice.
But that was the key right there, Mata. I was doing the same across the board, you know, and I figured eventually they would say, okay, Samson's not treating anyone special or different, so he's going to my bottom. But, you know, Sharice, Brandy, Looney, Shakira, and a couple others had me still in their top, or at least not in their bottoms. And so I never got to get off when I thought I was going to get off, even though I've just treated everybody the same way.
There was potential in those girls, but you were just not, you know.
There were great
Thank you, Ellen. Mm-hmm.
There were great ladies, great personalities, beautiful, diverse thought thinkers, you know, unique in their own skin, unique in their own right, but not for me. This is not for me. You know, remember, I'm the eldest one on the show. And so there's a different type of swag that attracts me, you know, and being loud is not one of them, or always wanting to fight is not one of them, you know, or cursing a lot is not one of them, or listening to trap music is not one of them, you know. Like I'm more refined. I'm an old wine. I'm an old Scotch whiskey on the top shelf that has a lot of dust on it, you know. So I'm not young and fresh like I used to be, you know. I'm old head, you know. So when I stepped into the pool party, I did a whirl. I was like, oh, this probably ain't the best place for me to find my one, my special someone, you know. So I kind of knew, but I'm still going to be a gent.
So we get to the reunion, and at that point, you surprise Sharice that when you say that you have a girlfriend, and she's confused because you are just talking to each other like 2, 3, or within the week or whatever. So I need to know the timeline. At what point did you meet this girl, and you know, at what point?
So I met her in January, going into February of this year, in church, but we never dated. We just knew each other from church stuff, church events, conferences, stuff like that, community things. And we never, ever went on a date throughout the show. She knew that I was on the show. Okay. And there's no way that she would have dated me anyway, even if I was crazy enough to even ask her to date me during the process. Even though some of our castmates were dating during the show.
We know that. Alfonso was a fool of shit. Alfonso is gonna leave the girlfriend at home.
But I think it makes it real, though. I think it makes it real, though. It's like just because you're dating on the show doesn't mean you can't date in real life. You know, outside.
That's fine. That's fine as long as you're open about it. Do not lie to the girl that you're doing a business meeting and you cannot talk about the show. And then the girl, how do you think the girl is not gonna see you on a show? You play too much, you guys. Miami, right. I was disappointed.
It's wild. It is Miami, though. I mean, everybody still got that vacation mentality, you know what I'm saying? Almost like Vegas, what happens in Miami stays in Miami,
But, yeah, go ahead about your girlfriend, and then I'm going to go back about Miami.
Yeah, so that date, my elimination date,
Mm-hmm.
Happened during the week. The following Sunday, I went to church and I just said, "Hey, listen, the show is over. We could date now. You know, are you down? I would love to date you exclusively if you're down for it." And she agreed. And so that's when it started. So it had nothing to do with the show. You know, it was totally outside.
Immediately, you were
Yeah,
telling me
yeah.
it was.
Oh yeah. I wanted something that reminded me of real dating. You know, I wanted something that reminded me of good times. Because I don't like the last time I had drama like this in my life was like high school.
Right.
like when people were actually fighting,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But in college, I went to Morehouse. I spent across the street, so it was a lot of class.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Conservative, buttoned up, classy women and men,
Mm-hmm.
going
Yeah.
to improve their lives. And so I didn't have this type of interaction my entire adult life at all. And so I felt so out of place. I didn't know how to really respond. I really felt like the oddball.
So
So
you go
anyway,
back to church. You go back to church. You find this girl. She agrees to date you. How does that go?
oh, it goes great. It's going great. The only bad thing is that I've been traveling a lot ever since the end of the show, and so I've only seen her less than 10 times. Less than 10 times since the show has ended, and I'm talking about face to face.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of FaceTime and phone.
Yeah. I'm old school. I'm old school. So that beats me. I don't know about.
I know you want to be face to face, right?
Yeah.
You want to be holding hands, feet in the sand,
Oh,
with the sunset, a little bit of massage oil. I get you. I'm the same way. I'm all five love languages. That's Sampson possesses all five love languages. And so it's hard whenever you're on the road. But I've been doing this for 20 years, like deploying to different states, and then I travel a lot just for leisure.
Mm-hmm.
I try to get abroad. I love stamping passports and exploring different cultures and languages. So for me, it's hard to date whenever you travel as much for work and play.
Yeah. And has that, because of your lifestyle, and has it made it harder for you to have, find that one who's going to understand? Because listen, not many girls are going to wait for you to travel over the world, and they want to settle down, they want to have children. Has that affected your way, you having a potential wife?
Big time. All of my recent relationships, especially the last 15 years, have been challenged because of that. And I'm always typically the one that says, "Hey, listen, I'm still all over the place with travel. I'm always on a plane. I'm always in a hotel. Like currently, I'm in a hotel. Currently, I'm out of town." Even the girl that came on to the show, my ex-girlfriend, Alabelle, she's a beautiful woman inside and out. But during that time when we were dating, I was always on the go, always traveling. So we never had to really establish anything beyond just that. So it's been something that now that I have semi-retired, I no longer have to work, Maud. Thank to God, I no longer have to work anymore. During the pandemic, I officially or unofficially retired. And
from FEMA, you mean?
Yeah, well, I'm still with the agency. I'm still on the docket, but I don't have to work. I'm doing it because I choose to. I'm passionate about giving back and serving others that are in need.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some really good mentees that I love managing. So, but I can stop today, get married, and just support my wife. Start a family, and just grow in one place. Of course, I want to continue to travel with my family, but I can definitely commit now and get married and focus on a woman.
So you're ready now. You're ready.
Oh, totally ready. Of course.
That's good to know. That's good. A friend of mine, who was on the panel, was saying, while everybody is saying that Sampson is a gentleman, I did not like the way he treated Brandy, and Brandy, looking down at Brandy. Brandy is wearing this, and Brandy is not supposed to be doing this. And to the person, it looked like you are controlling. Now, Sampson, are you a controlling man? Are you gonna be, they are checking, telling her you cannot wear this, you cannot do this, you cannot? Is that who you are?
No. My woman is. Hey, you wouldn't believe the type of man that I am. So there's certain things I don't want in public. All right. Behind closed doors is a whole nother thing. And not just that, but I'm the guy that can go into the store with my woman and like have a fashion show. And I'm picking out this, I'm picking out that. And while she's in the dressing room, I'm picking up other things. I know her size. I know my girl's dress size, hat size, shoe size. I know everything. Bros, I don't care what it is. I can shop for my woman. And where she comes home from a hard day's of work and there's something laid out on the bed for her to put on that night for us to go to dinner, and something later on after dinner for dessert. I'm that person. So controlling, no. I think a woman is to be embraced, her beauty head to toe. So let her be sexy. I just don't want her to be out there like for other men to see. I don't want my candy in someone else's eyes or mouth.
I agree.
I'm a very private guy. That's all.
I agree with you on that one, because nowadays everybody is exposing everything on this.
Yeah,
there is nothing left to imagination. Like, so I agree with you on that. I'm old school like that. I agree with you on that one. Do you feel you'd have had a better or a stronger connection with Brandy were it not for Mike, and you respected Mike's connection with Brandy? Would you have had a stronger connection with Brandy way more than you had with Cherise?
Yeah, Brandy's connection, we were definitely more connected. I was more connected with Shakira. I was more connected with Looney, even though Looney and I were just like, we were more like
Looney.
friends.
I liked Looney, yeah. Mm-hmm.
She was cool, Looney was cool, but we were cool. We were friends though. We were like friends. And I really wanted to see her and Justice connect on a different level. Same way I'm so happy that Brandy and Mike connected. So I'm not getting in the way of a happy home or potential happy home. And but yeah, Brandy and I, we clicked. And we had 2 dates that y'all didn't get to see. 2 great dates. And one was at a Peruvian restaurant, and she was asking me to smack that ass, right? In public. And I'm like, Brandy, look at all these damn people around here. There's no way I'm gonna smack your ass in public. You know what I'm saying? Now if you were my woman and I would take you home, I would probably smack tack
at home.
You know what I'm saying? Smack it up, flip it, rub it down, all that. But not here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be that guy in public that's, hey, go black people. I'm trying to eat my tacos, And so I'm not that guy. Right. And so, but she's funny like that. And then the twerking thing that she did on Mike. It's not a bad thing. It's just twerk on me in private. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be around family and friends or at a bar, at a hookah place, at a restaurant, with you twerking on me. That's all. But that's how she gets down, and that's how she shows her love. More power to her. It's just not for me. That's all.
I agree. I mean, and then Mike did not seem to mind.
He loves it. He loves it.
Listen.
Who's Cardi B's husband? I mean, it's like them. It's like Cardi B and her husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they get down.
You click. Yeah. I agree. Wow, that's interesting to know. Okay, so what surprised you at the reunion? Is there anything that, made you feel, oh my gosh, what surprised you at the reunion?
That we have grown people in their 30s and 40s still trying to fight physically. You're supposed to be 8, 9 years old trying to fight somebody, you know what I'm saying? Or you're a boxer, or you're in UFC. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're getting paid for this. But on reality TV, I'm like, did this happen on any other seasons? I don't know, Maud. Maybe
it's getting ghetto, and it's moving away from what the show was all about. And I don't know whether it's production. I don't know whether it's this Kelly guy, the gay guy. I was happy that he's out of the show. Was he in your production? Was Kelly a producer of your show?
Who?
Kelly, the white guy.
Kelly. Yeah, he's a producer, senior producer.
Well, he left the show.
Yeah, he took another job. Sure did.
Well, I'm glad he did. He left because, it was all about, if you don't do what Kelly is telling you to do, then you're out. And if you don't do what Kelly is telling you to do, you're going to be portrayed in such a bad light. I've seen that in other cast members, and they've talked to me about, it was Kelly who was running the show. And I kept asking, why are we allowing somebody who doesn't understand the culture, who doesn't understand, black love, black excellence, produce like, and I understand they're friends with Will Parker. I understand that. But find somebody who understands things.
I'll say this, at least from my perspective, he was more behind the scenes, and people that were more in control of the day to day and the scene control were different. They understood our culture, they understood our relationships, understood our passions, our past. They understood us, truly. They knew our past. They knew why we wanted to be on the show to begin with, and they knew what we wanted in life, and with a partner. And they were really trying to do their best in putting people together that could potentially end up in a relationship that could lead to love.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. I mean, Katie and Swayze, they were clashing all through the show, but they ended up together. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, opposites attract, and
no, those are not opposite. Those are not opposite at all. Those are two dramatic, like
peas in the pod. They are equally yoked. I think they're good for one another. I just didn't see it happening, just because, the things that none of us saw it happening. The girls didn't see it, the guys didn't see it. Katie is she's very vocal, and she's kind of rough around the edges. And so, and that rubbed Swayze the wrong way early on. But I think that he saw the fact that she was real and honest and upfront, and she doesn't sugarcoat anything, and he fell in love with that, or at least he started to like that and actually trust her. And that's what a man needs, is someone he can trust.
We have some questions here on our comments, and I would like you to answer one like that one. Mimi is asking, did you intervene in any of the fights?
No. No. Like, it's a contract to show us a lot of people around. There weren't going to be any fights. Trust me, even though y'all see Charisse and Katie in like face to face, there's producers right there, there's camera people right there. There's no way that even if somebody swung and maybe snuck one in, it would be broken up so quick. It would have been broken up so quick. Like,
you have another question. Did you talk to Charisse about trying to fight Katie?
No, of course not. I would never condone violence.
Did you talk to her? Did you talk to her? Yo, stop this. Let's calm down.
No, like, we were on the other side of the room. Charisse and Katie were on the other side. Justice was the closest one to them, and Justice was the one that was kind of, pulling Charisse back. The other fight that took place, it was like Swayze and Zoe, like, I'm just like, we were happy that Zoe just was a man and walked away. Like, we're too old to be fighting. Like, grown people should not be talking about fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, I'm just happy that, there's a difference between boys and men. Like, boys want to fight.
I agree.
Men walk away. We have too much to lose. Like, there's no way I'm gonna get a police charge and a record at this age. Some people just don't know how to think before they act. And so, but I'm glad he walked away because he did the smart thing. That's what a man should do.
Mm-hmm. I like that. But another question there. Does your new lady expect gifts every day? See, we know you for the gifts.
Oh yeah, well, some of the gifts are material. Some of the gifts are me.
There you go.
Yeah. Some of the gifts are just quality time.
Yes.
So,
which is important. Yes.
Yeah. She's not really big on. Some girls want the gifts. Like, give me the physical gifts. I want to hold something that's tangible. And hey, girlfriend, look what Samson did. And I'm cool with that. But don't expect it. When you start to expect it, then it becomes a problem. Then it may become less and less because there's an expectation.
I like that. I like that response. Now, I agree with this one because, I like Randall. I really I like him. But I don't know.
Keep it real. Keep it real, man. Come on.
He's a good man, and I understand that he was friends with one of the guys from DC. What's his name? Clifton. Clifton. Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy. Yeah, and I kept saying, well, he was being interviewed by Kamisha Reviews, who is my who mentors me, and she said, and he said, no, we never met with Clifton, never did this, and I kept asking, now, why are all these girls after Clifton? The guy cannot cannot communicate, all right? He cannot communicate, all right? Why is he a catch? Why do these girls think that, Jamal, beautiful woman who is doing amazing things? Now, you and him are good friends. Well, might not be good friends, but, I don't know, but you guys have kept in touch. Have you talked to him about this now that, you're a little bit older than him? Has he been, listening to you? And because even after the show, he continued to DM other people that I know.
I have no clue about his personal
Yeah.
life, but yes, me and him are good friends. I'm cool with him, Mike, LJ, Devin.
Forget about LJ. Yeah. LJ is
but Randall, that's my guy. I'm glad we have some mutual friends in DC. I used to live in the DMV for 10 years. But the reason why Jamala, Kayla, Trinika all vibe with Randall because he's low key. He's easy to talk to. It's not just his height. If a woman looks at a man's height, like, I want to holler at that man, because he's tall, something's wrong with that girl. You know what I'm saying? Like me want to talk to a girl just because she got a nice butt. There's something wrong with me,
There are so many people over there.
Yeah, it's so physical. Yeah. But, because he was tall, but in addition to, had a nice, easy-going personality. Mm-hmm. And
because it was not about the looks. It wasn't about the looks. But go ahead.
You so wrong, Maud. And not just that, but he didn't take himself too serious. He didn't take himself.
I know. Even the way he was dressing, even the way he was coming to me, the boy cannot even bring a gift to anybody.
Leave my boy alone. You know what I'm saying? He's young. He dresses light because it's Miami. It's super hot. I'm defending my boy right now. But
because Sampson, you looked good. You were dressing right. I mean, the dude was coming in shorts, and the hair is not combed. I'm like, what's happening in Miami?
Hey, do you remember Kobe Bryant? He's a sex symbol. How many times did he show up on the NBA court, national television, with the natural hair?
His pockets are very deep. You cannot get there.
So now it comes down to the pockets, man. Now see, now it comes down to the pockets. Bottom line is, that's Mr. Personality right there. If there was a personality, and I told Tommy this too. I told all the guys. Randall's playing this game properly. He's a nice guy. He's communicating fairly across the board. He's not going all in on anyone.
Yes.
Really. He's taking his time with his decision. He got to the end because he played the game properly. It's a game. It's a dating game. And some people end up with something in hand that they can actually latch onto. And but we all saw him and Jamala leaning towards one another from the very beginning. Mm-hmm. And but I want to thank Donna D for that question, because she's been really cool. Seems like in all the chats that I've witnessed. Donna D.
Oh yeah, and she says something and she says something that I agree with over here. She says, you and Looney would have made.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I agree with her on that one.
Well, I mean, remember, like, Looney has a young spirit, and Justice is still in the club mode, Like, I was doing what Justice is doing when I was in my late 20s. I was a club promoter. They called me South Beach Sam in Miami. I also did it in Boston. I lived in Boston for 3 years. I started promoting clubs there. And I loved it. I loved the nightlife, and it was very lucrative. So I had that party style. So Looney is in that party mode right now. She wants to get turned up. She wants to smoke some hookah. She wants to drink. She wants the music, hanging out late. Like, I want to be in bed by midnight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be anywhere after midnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, before this mod, I was having steak at Eddie V's. You know, like I was. No, I'm sorry, not steak. I had Chilean sea bass tonight. And so that was what was all about. You know, is just my life has changed, and so she is still in that mode. Justice is in that mode, and so there's
Priorities.
Yeah, priorities and relatability, right? So I'm done with that. I can go club with my girl, but I'm not going to club and just
until 5 in the morning. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen. With old age comes wisdom. You know. I'm not calling you, but
you call me the old man. Old man Sam. That's me right here. You know, I'm going on 50, Mike. Starting off next year, I'll be 50 years old.
Oh my gosh. Has your business changed after the show? Have you gotten better opportunities? Has this show opened up, new opportunities for you? Has that changed for you after the show?
Oh my gosh. So you wouldn't believe how many mothers, fathers, coaches, corporate entities on LinkedIn. I don't even have a profile set up on LinkedIn for life coaching and mentoring, but the DMs are sort of coming through, the messages and emails sort of coming through on LinkedIn, just for me to become a life coach to students or their employee bases, to come in and speak motivation. And I'm not into that, you know.
And I
don't have a business. It's not my brand. Like it was my title on the show, and that's not something I want to expand on. I don't want to do that. Like this is just how I give back to a few that's in my circles. I want to talk about real estate. I want to talk about stocks. I want to talk about finances. I want to talk about effective communication. I want to talk about alternative dispute resolutions, like how to get through conflicts, how to help people be better people, help leaders become better leaders. And so it's just a few that I want to work with, just a few mentees at a time. But I'm not looking to get paid for this. I don't want to do that.
But you also, when we started this, we were talking about you having faith in God and you're a man of faith, right? And sometimes God just gives you platforms to spread, to encourage somebody else. So if that door is open, don't say no. You never know why.
You're right.
This platform, you know what I'm saying? And
nowadays,
people are going through challenges, difficult times. So if somebody is reaching out to you, telling you, come talk to our young men, and especially black men, I wouldn't want you to say no to that kind of an opportunity just because because it's not going to give you as much money as other businesses that you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Totally, and I do that. Pro bono, basically. I do that because I want to do it. I'm not getting anything. I'm not asking for any checks. So it's just, again, this is how I give back.
Right.
So I believe in information sharing, and there's not enough of us, people of color, that are sharing what works. I call it best practices and lessons learned. And it's something I learned in government. It's like, what did I do that worked? Let me share that. What did I do that didn't work? Let me share that. That way they can avoid some of the same pitfalls and delays in their professional career. So I don't want to get anything in return from that. But
I know,
I'll continue to share. But the opportunities that have come, which is kind of shocking and surprising, have been more modeling based because I'm so old. And acting. But I have to start taking classes, which I really don't want to do.
You have to, we need to see more.
But don't be surprised if you see your boy, old man Sam, on television acting somewhere. But I've been modeling since I was in high school, and I did runway. I'm 6'2", so Randall's not the only tall one, lady. And it was a modeling team at the Galleria in Houston called the Galleria Modeling Team in Houston. And so I worked for United Colors of Benetton. I worked for Gap, Abercrombie and Fitch, Neiman Marcus. I call it needless markup. Saks Fifth Avenue. So I was always doing modeling for these stores at the Galleria, and then it turned into a contract when I was in college, and I worked for Tommy Hilfiger. I did all the black designers like Carl Kanai and Cross Colors back in the day, but when you were probably a little bitty toddler.
Hey, stop. We are
Yeah, so it was fun, and it was because everything sometimes I got small checks, but everything I wore I got to keep. So my wardrobe was always tight. So it was funny because that's when I looked like I had money and I didn't have it. Now I dress like I don't have money and I do have money. It's funny how things reverse.
Right.
I'm khakis and flip flops, and that's the one thing on the show. Some of the girls didn't know. They found out later on that I had some money. It wasn't just so. It wasn't just so. Yeah. So now it's like Samson. I gotta holler.
I knew.
Samson, he got his stuff together. Before I was just a broke down brother.
Oh my God. And that's what I was me and my girlfriends were saying, one of the things that disappointed us in Miami is there wasn't that Black excellence, especially from the girls. Their makeup, their wigs, wasn't there anybody to help the ladies?
Don't be talking about them Black girl. Don't be talking about my sisters. Those are my sisters right there.
I'm just saying. I'm just
everybody don't have kente cloth to wrap up all nicely. You know what I'm saying? Like you got your hair all wrapped up nicely. I don't know what it look like up underneath. Go ahead. I'll say this in defense of my sisters on the show. Go ahead and take off there. Let me see what your hair look like real quick.
I don't understand it. I swear to you, I don't understand it. I cannot.
No, I think it was just hot. I think they wanted to look their best. Sometimes there was going to be a makeup artist there on set. Sometimes there's going to be a stylist there. Sometimes it wasn't. Remember, we had one primary makeup artist. Her name was Dawn, and she's a magician. She does great work with eyeshadow, especially, and she really hooked up the girls. And shout out Dawn, the makeup artist. But it's hot. Buffalo's different, Maude. So I'm trying to give these ladies some grace. You know what I'm saying?
You're extending grace. I see you extending.
I'm extending grace. Yeah. I'm not going to allow makeup and hair to distract me from the personality of the person from within. And so I'm looking for substance. And like I said, it's brains of a Botox for me. So it's not about how you look on the outside. It's really about who are you on the inside.
I'll give it to him. Just give me.
Tell your man I said what's up.
Yeah, he said hi. There, my purse there. Okay, I'm on live. Go. My purse is there, right there on the table. Yeah, so it's my husband who is giving me a hard time over here. But yeah, so you get to the house, right? How was the mood? How was the energy there?
You talking about the getaway?
Live. Can I say hello? No, you cannot say hi. Don't do that. If people are watching.
Okay, let's go.
My Kenyan African husband. Please.
Kenya, represent Kenya.
Yeah.
So you talking about the house? You talking about the getaway, Maude?
Yeah, the getaway.
I was looking forward to it, because I just wanted to see how Randall was going to react with 3 different girls, I was like, bro, you've been playing your cards right, but you had to let at least one of them go before the getaway, dog. You should have let at least one of them go.
But it wasn't just him, but Big Mike also was trying to play some, Well,
Big Mike, he had Brandy and Kayla, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had Sharice. Randall had 3, and Swayze just had Katie.
Yeah.
And so, but Randall, I wanted to see how he was going to juggle it all under one roof. It got to him. You can't hide in that. It got to him. So, I mean, from the tickling of scrotums to things that never really happened. He really wanted to swim with some mermaids with Trinica. That was like a little bitty, the game show. And by the way, you know what I'm bothered about? You want some tea? I don't know if this is considered tea. I'm trying to learn some slang.
Yeah, I know.
Me and Sharice won that show.
Get out.
We won the game. We won that little bitty. Yeah, we won that. Sharice kept on answering the questions too soon, and so they disqualified those answers. Like every time. She answered correctly, but it was before I even put it down on the on the board, and she's just blurting out answers like Samson's eye color. She put it out there. Hazel. She She got that. She said, Sampson's favorite movie, is action. Sampson's Suicide. That's the only one that she missed was, she said 11, and I wear 13. But
are you kidding me? So you guys won?
We won that. But we got disqualified because Cherise kept on blurting out the answer. Tommy actually fell down on the floor laughing in frustration. I'm saying laughing in frustration.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he was like, dang it, Cherise, when you come on, how many times we got to tell you, slow down, wait, And but yeah, I was just like, golly, we could have had we could have had little spa experience, with the mermaids and the helicopters and all that. We won that. Big up, Cherise.
That is because Randall and Tamika, he was very uncomfortable in that in that date. Tamika has tried and did all these things, but I don't know. But I loved the date that Cherise had invited you to her business.
Yeah.
She wanted it to be very intimate, but your ass could not allow it to be intimate. I don't know why. Like, even for 2 seconds, you could not pretend to be something else. Sampson.
Man, I was pretending the entire season, but I was doing my best. I'm not an actor yet. I haven't taken any classes, I think production really hooked me up. They really made me look a certain way. And I think I'm reaping the benefits of how production portrayed
you. No, you are good, and everybody liked Sampson. Everybody was talking about good things about you until you dismissed Cherise and you decided that you're gonna finish that food. You're not gonna leave that food. You're gonna eat that food and finish, and you don't want her to eat. You're like, what are you waiting for? Let the girl eat.
But you know what though? That salon, back to that salon experience, I want to tell you about it.
1026.
I was happy that I was able to see her place of business, but I was more so happy, that the world, the Oprah Winfrey world was able to see Logan Skincare, and people are talking about it,
Yes.
And I hope her bookings and her appointments are going up. Yeah, I hope so, and because I can tell she had a skill set. I looked at the, and this is me bigging up my Black sister, I saw these certificates on the wall, a few of them. I saw some newspaper clippings, and
wow.
I saw some awards or some honors that she received.
Wow. You never saw any newspaper clip about her with the accident. That was not on the wall.
The Yo, Ma, you catching me off guard. I was about to say yes. No, I didn't see that shit. You got it. You quick. You threw that in there so delicately. I was about to be like, yeah, I saw that too. No, I didn't see that.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Sampson. Go ahead.
We made a picture like this. Yeah, but it was nice, and it was clean. And like, I'm all about clean. And like, you walk into my crib, the kitchen is spotless, the bathroom is spotless. I don't care if company's coming over or not. It's clean every day, 24/7. More like 25/8. And so I walked into her salon. It was plush. I came bearing gifts, of course.
Of course.
I brought some champagne. I want to celebrate her as a Black business owner.
Nice.
As an entrepreneur, as a Black business woman, not just owner, but I'm always not just, she's a minority twice, right? A woman and African American.
Right.
In Miami.
I love
so that. I came to celebrate. She already had fruit. She already had champagne lined up for me. So I thought that was a really nice gesture. And then I lay down, the steam on my pores opened up. And there's a digital exclusive out there that shows the entire scene that y'all didn't get to see on the regular season. But it's on YouTube. And but we had a great conversation. It was an awesome conversation. I was able to see that she really knows what she's doing. And again, it's something that she started when she was 12. I mean, now she's 43.
Wow.
She's been doing this her entire life. Not this, what you saw in the spa, but just, doing nails and, stuff like that, and getting into skincare as a young adult, and now being more polished as it relates to the types of services that she provides now, not just facials. But yeah, I could see that was very clear to me that this woman has her stuff together. And so what? She has some areas that she can improve upon when it comes to communication. We all can improve, right?
Yes, yes, and that's and to that I say, in any relationship, you know, somebody has more stronger feelings than the other. Okay, so you get into this situation, and we clearly see Cherise really, really is falling for you, but you're not there yet. Were you not able to see potential? So that even if when she says, all I needed from you is to treat me a little bit special. I know you're giving everybody gifts, but I wanted you to treat me in a certain way just for me to feel special. Did you see any potential in her? Having said all those good things that you said, not judging her, not doing all this, why are you not able to see, what? There is potential over here, even after the show ends. And I know she's feeling some type of way because she's been told by all the girls at the lounge, that Sampson has been telling me this, Sampson has been telling me this, Sampson has been, why are you not able to go past that and see, and like I'm saying, you really don't have to really fall in love with somebody to start a friendship or a relationship, because love grows. So why couldn't you give it a chance?
Yeah, our personalities aren't a match, Maud. And I saw more of a match, like me keeping Brandy in my top allowed her and Mike to get to the end.
That's true.
Having Looney in my top allowed her and Justice to develop something over
Mm-hmm.
time. So them keeping me in their tops allowed me to get to the end to see if there was something. It was just nothing for me. So I was going to get to the end and say, hey, listen, it was a great experience. I can see that you're ready to love. You can see that I'm ready to love, but we're just not ready to love one another. Let's go our own separate ways peacefully with some grace and honor one another as
There wasn't any grace at the end of that date.
No,
There wasn't.
no.
You were there finishing that food.
But that was my hope. That's how I painted it in my mind. I wanted to be a Picasso painting a portrait, and do it, the way
So
my mom, the way my aunt.
when you were going for that date, you were ready to, go separate ways, but in a decent way. Why
In a decent way. I just
you
wanted
are
to do
prepared?
it. Yeah, I just wanted to do it like I always say, the way I was able to do it with Looney. Just do it with grace. Just say, hey, you're not ready to love any of us, and chop it up to the game. And that way, she was able to leave with a big smile on her face,
Yes.
with a full
Yes.
stomach and roses. I
And
gave her
and
yellow
maybe
roses.
even closure at some point,
Yeah. And so, and then we'll see each other at the reunion. It can be smiles because it was done properly. It's like we don't have to fall into the game that the show plays us to. The show can play you. If you allow the show to play you.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to control narratives. So regardless of how the show can dictate, just make sure you control what comes out of your mouth. I was able to be, I did it really good into that last scene.
Oh, you did. I was like, what? Samson. I could not believe it. I could
Oh
not
my
believe it.
God.
You said
It was the one scene, one scene that my mom was like,
You-
Sam. My mother did not like that scene at
No,
all.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah, what did mom say?
She was just like, Samson, why'd you say it like that? There's a way you can say it. But mom, I was telling her if she wants to talk about the girls, I'm gonna talk about the guys. I was just trying to draw a parallel. And she was like, no, Sam, but you can't do that. The way you even though she was up here, you don't have to match that. I was just like, Mom, but there was a whole part of the scene that you didn't see. There was 20 minutes that was cut out before all of that. I was trying to keep things down here,
Right.
the way I was all season. Let's keep things here. Let's keep things on us. Let's not talk about here or that person or the gossip or the rumors or the gifts. Let's focus on us. Just have us some dinner, have some drink, and be able to say, hey, good luck, but you ain't the one, Sam. I'm like, okay, I appreciate that, Cherise. Good luck to you too. I'll come buy a facial from you another time, maybe the next month.
Right.
Something like that, and because she's cool. She's cool. I just wish that I didn't match, but I knew. I was just like, after the date, my brother was in town. On the way home, me and my brother went to South Beach just to party for a little bit. And I was like, bro, that date was like an hour long. I bet you they take 2 minutes. I bet you they take just 2 minutes and they piece it together and be like, we're going to show a different side of Sampson. It's going to create the drama. It's going to create some controversy. And all the people that liked him are going to be like, damn it, I knew there was something. I'm still real. Like, but like I ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? I still got a heart and emotions too.
Yeah,
Like I can
I
get
was
pissed
like,
off. I can get pissed
ah.
off quick.
I was like, what just happened? This is not the Samson that we've known. And then we get to the reunion, and everybody, all the girls are saying, Samson is a gentleman. Samson is a gentleman. Everybody's agreed to it, you know. And I was like, so what happened? You know, and somebody, one would think maybe you caught your feelings, you know, like, you know, oh, why am I losing her? Or some, you know, like you had some feelings over there. You just was not ready to explore. But like you're saying, no, there were no feelings.
I wanted either Tommy or Brandy or Jamala or just anybody, you know, just to say, hey, Sam, you know, you're not ready to love.
Yeah.
And, you know, any of us, you know, or you're not ready to love, period. I'm okay with that. But
yes.
It's the way you could say it instead of like, what was so shocking was, you know, I'm hearing about, you know, it's a process, right? Like Mike has to say certain things to multiple women to get to where he was with Brandy. Mm-hmm. Randall had to say certain things to multiple women to get to where he was in the end with Jamala. You got to say the right things, even though it may not be 100% true. You got to treat these ladies as if they're the one to get to the end, you know? And it's just the nature of the game, you know? I wanted my exit just to be better, you know?
Graceful, yeah.
I just wanted to be cool.
Not
you know
to leave a bad, not to leave a bad taste in anybody's mouth. You know what I'm
Yeah.
This is not who you have been.
It's just not serious. It's not that serious. Like how often, Ma, think about the dating game. I mean, you go out on dates before you marry your man, right? I mean, you were out there dating, you know, you dated dozens of men, and none of them graduated to becoming a fiance and a husband.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we already knew it was a long shot for any of us to actually connect.
Yeah.
So just chalk it up to the game. This is part of the dating game.
And I don't understand. I think for her, she was like, oh, she did not want just to lose you. Like she was hoping this is gonna work out. And sometimes we get caught up in that because you were working so hard not to lose this person, and sometimes you even end up losing yourself if you go into that kind of because you're sacrificing so much. You know, like you want them to, you want to do this, and I feel like that's what happened to Cherise. But she's a very strong woman. She you know, like I saw that, you know. Oh,
very strong. She's headstrong. She carries some burdens over the years or even decades. I don't know the depths of it, but she spoke to it on the show. But she is not weakened by it. She's emboldened, she's empowered, and she truly can be an encouraging voice to others that have gone through some things.
Yeah.
So she's not allowing herself to be a victim. She's truly a victor.
I wish we saw that.
I know. I wish y'all did too. I got to see it. You know, I got to see it and I got to hear it. You know, and that's the reason why I'm impressed with who she is.
Yeah, and that was part of what made you a little bit interested in knowing her more, and I guess, you know, which we did not see. We saw Cherise, who is ready to fight, who is very, you know, combative, you know, at some point, very disrespectful, because I did not like the way she was looking at Dominica. And you have met this girl for the first time. This is the first time we're being introduced. And just because somebody is looking some type of way, because me as a viewer, you are saying those things because maybe she does not look at a certain way, you know?
That hurt. That hurt.
And from that point, I was not checking for that girl. I wasn't checking for Cherise. And even on the panel, I kept saying, no. And then, boom, the second episode we are doing, she's been caught doing some, you know, things on the highway. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do that. You don't. And as a Black women, we gotta have to be supporting each other. You know, you just don't call out people like that.
Yeah, I mean, we got to remember, like, I wasn't in that scene when she said that about Dominique. I think she was just with the girls, and she calls it girls talk.
Mm-hmm.
and you're drinking, it's late.
Yes.
Dude, you talk about girls' hair, talk about girls' makeup or their outfit or who she's with. I don't know. I just thought that, if we're on television, even if you do that stuff in real life, on television, don't do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's make sure we're showing, like you said, Black excellence. Like every day, I wanted to make sure that women could see this show and be like, okay, here's a guy that is paying attention. Here's a guy that is generous with his thoughts and his gifts. Here's a guy that has some manners. He's tell that his mother raised him. Someone that can talk about struggles and successes. Like the true course of life. It's failures and things that allow you to rise up like a roller coaster.
And that's what I love. That's what I love about you, Samson. That's what, I kept saying, oh my gosh, I like this guy because, you talked about even you losing your dad and but he should be proud. He should be proud of the man that you have become. And I'm sure your mom and everybody else in the family are so proud of you. And we are proud of you and we are rooting for you in everything that you do. Just don't do that. Don't do exit like that next time.
You know what? You would be surprised. Like, I think there was a lot of America just based on the number of DMs that was happy for some reason that I had.
Because they did not like Cherise. But I don't want, it doesn't matter whether you like somebody or not. I don't want that to compromise you.
No. Exactly right. Totally get it.
But they were happy because they did not like her. It's not because the way Samson, I was not happy. I did not like it.
Yeah.
And I was not checking for Cherise. But there's a way, like you said, just like your mom loves you. Your mom wants to see
something. Yeah, exactly right.
She wasn't happy about how you did
it. It's almost like, it's like in TV world, they'll forget everything that happened throughout the season and remember one bad situation. It's almost like a teacher, right? It was like a kid gets 90 questions out of 100 correct.
Right.
But the 10 that they got wrong is what they're going to focus on, right? And so I totally get, reality TV. But I think also they were able to see, and just based on like what is coming my way now, they could see that I'm a man of character, integrity, respect. I know how to treat a lady, and I'm educated. So I think they are seeing that, and I know they see that, and it's the reason why God will continue to bless. I'm being blessed right now, big time. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, my kids are over here causing trouble.
How many kids you got?
3.
Are you working on another?
No.
You done?
No, I'm done. Now,
we are about to add 6 more.
see, it's a 2-person relationship right here. You know what I'm saying?
No, we are not doing that.
You can always adopt.
I can do 6, 7 more. Listen, trust me. I'm African like that. But
you African like that?
No. But I want you to, if you don't find somebody over here, holla. We can go to Africa and find somebody very good. I'm just saying.
I already know it. Some of the best people are in that. One of my favorite places is South Africa. I love South Africa because
just because you have not been to Kenya. If you go to Kenya, your mind will change.
My cousin lived in Kenya for 2 years.
Where?
I don't know specifically where, but her husband is in government as well, and they were deployed there for 2 years in Kenya, and they did the safari, of course. And
so why do you like South Africa?
I like South Africa because it's diverse. You can do wine vineyards. You can hike Table Mountain. You can do the Mandela tour. You can swim with penguins. You can cage dive with great white sharks. You can get tattoos for under $50.
You can get those in Kenya. You can do a safari. They are good people. The beaches are beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Food is good. That's what I'm saying. Listen, let's do this. By 50, if you not have settled down.
1 year.
Yeah, if you not have settled down, we are going to Africa and I'm gonna get you a good wife.
You'll hook me up, Ma. You got someone for me?
Listen, you'll be on demand back there.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yes. So
I
if
got,
he
I got, I got to
doesn't
get my
love
Wakanda. I got to get my Wakanda forever
Wakanda.
on, you know. I'll
Yeah,
be the light skinned Black Panther. You know, I'll be that light skinned. we need more light skinned brothers. We need light skinned brothers to bring it back into Hollywood, like
I
Idris
agree.
Elba, you know, and Denzel and
Hmm.
Chadwick Boseman. You see all these dark skinned brothers, these brown skinned brothers. But what about these, you know, mocha cappuccino brothers? Can we get some
That's
love?
what I'm saying.
Hire
Yeah.
me, somebody
Yeah.
pick me up. I'll be there. I'll
Holla.
be there.
Is there anything that you feel we did not discuss that you want to let people know where they can find you? I'm going to put your details over here. But is there anything else that you'd want people to know about you, Samson?
That if there's an opportunity where you have some free time, volunteer your time, donate your time to shelters, to soup kitchens, to clothing drives, to just cleaning up your community. Do anything you can with your free time to make the holiday season a little bit more warmer. How do I even say that? Make the holiday season warmer for those that are cold, homeless, sick, or shut in. Do anything you can to lift their spirits. And that's all.
Oh my gosh, I love that. See, this is why you are melting each and every girl on that cast and everybody in America. I love that. I love that. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I am excited. I'm thankful that you were here on this platform. I am praying that God will continue to guide you. He's going to continue opening doors for you, that you continue to be a blessing to other people. And the next, there you go. There you go. See? You see?
With God always.
Yes.
And that's for you. I'm wishing you and your family, your husband, your three boys. How many? Three children.
Two boys and a girl. Yeah.
2 boys and a girl. And even though your husband wants 3 more, you know, I already know that you're happily suited with a full house. And yes. I'm just wishing you the very best that this holiday season has to offer. An awesome 2023 to come. Your best is yet to come. And I just got to tell you, thank you for being professional on your show. I was looking forward to meeting you after just watching you on Kanisha's reviews. And I got a lineup this week. I'm doing tomorrow. I got the car god, my boy Rashid. Yeah. Rashid. I got him tomorrow. We're doing the barbershop.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, we're doing the barbershop series. Big Mike from my show is going to be on there with me. P.O. from the DC.
Yes.
He's going to be on there as well. And I think Donovan. He's going to join us. And then the day after that, I got Queen Sheba.
Wow.
And Daryl Long is going to be, I think, her special guest interviewing me on Tuesday. But I want to do Kamisha. And but your personality was awesome on that show, on that panel. And I also like Stacy B's input. She seemed like she's 100 as well.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Y'all go back and forth. You and her.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask, have you reached out to Stacy? I mean, are you,
Look at you, looking for some tea. No, Stacy, I reached out to her early on because she's from my hometown. I mean, not from, but she lives in my hometown now.
She's still single.
Is she? Okay. I'm not single right now, but
well, I'm just putting it out to the universe.
She's a beautiful person. I definitely reached out to her before the reunion. Just because
one of my girls here who support me says that it's gonna be very interesting. Queen Sheba and the Royal is gonna be very interesting, and I agree. Yeah,
I already know they're gonna come real with it.
Yes.
I'm ready for my roast. Roast. And then, by the way, I love these. The interviews have been so much fun for me. All of them, even the tough ones. Like I had a tough one, quote unquote, with Kojo, and I had a tough one with Sabrina,
yeah,
and Tyrone. And I love all of these. I love them all. I did the crawling.
I always like to have fun. I don't want it to be like, this is not a job interview. We're not, we're having fun. Let's have fun.
Let's have fun. Not just that, but don't act like you're a therapist or a relationship coach or like you're certified or licensed or trained in this area.
Yeah.
Like just talk. You know what I'm saying? Yes. This is okay to talk. But Jackie and Glenn, that was a fun one, and then the Crawleys was fun. Like I'm even doing interviews with people that don't have a lot of followers, just because I want to help build their brand.
I know. Yeah.
Like, brothers keep it for me. Like whatever I can do to help out, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna support you, girl.
Yeah, I know that. Now you are lucky because I was not on my vodka on this live. Now, if I was on my vodka,
we can do it again. We can do it for the next show. For the next season of Miami, you can have me on. We can do a live.
Yes, let's do that.
And I'll have my whiskey. You can have your vodka. We can get buck wild up in here.
Okay. That's fun. That's fun. Well, I thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I pray that this year ends well, and then 2023 is going to be full of blessings and many opportunities. Thank you so much. It's crazy.
Peace. I love y'all.
Thank
you. Y'all. Happy holidays.
Bye. That was fun.
That was.